Hi, everyone. It is me, Jordan Long here, and today I'm going to talk about, um, you know, when someone says, "Oh, you can't say Far Eastern." Well, there's many words that some folks don't like to be called by, and the Far Eastern folks have their words that they don't like being called by. But being not by calling Far Eastern is not a bad thing. But I guess that has to do with whoever you talk to. Oh, I think you shouldn't say Far Eastern. Why do you think I should not say Far Eastern? I mean, we we came from the Far East, or our forekind came from the Far East, you know. And you can't go on the belief that I mean, there's Middle Eastern folk, there's Northeastern folk, Southeastern folk, and there's West Eastern folk. So we would be the East folk, or the Far East folk. Yeah, but I just think you shouldn't say that. It's not like a shameful thing or anything. It's not like I'm kind hating or anything. I mean, that would be dumb. And I don't kind hate on anyone, you know? But that's what I like to call myself. I like to call myself Far Eastern because that's what I am, and that's where my forekin came from. If you think of one's forekin coming from there, well, I don't think you could put it on your driver's deal or your step or your step sheet, you know, or put it on your name sheet. Yeah, I could. If I wanted to, I could tell them to put that down. They might give me a weird look and ask why you want to put Far Eastern down, but hey, it's not unlawful. You know, I've had it done. And I call myself Far Eastern because, one, that's what I am. That I Far Eastern. Two, my forekin came from the Far East, while my mother and father came from Eastland, which is probably as far east you get, but not real, no, not truly. So, yeah, I'm Far Eastern. I don't really think I don't see a big deal about it. I mean, yeah, you could go around and call everyone by what land they live in if you wanted to. Hell, folks do that with everyone anyway. But I really don't think you should say Far Eastern. Yeah, well, Far East or Far Eastern refers to folks who live in the Far East. I mean, you have Middle Eastern folk, you got Northeastern folk, Southeastern folk, West Eastern folk. Why can't you have why can't there be Eastern folk or Far Eastern folk? Well, that's me. So I would make a big deal out of it. I mean, yeah, if that's what you want to call yourself. Well, no, because the word Asian is a Hellenish borrowed word, and the English word is Far East or Far Eastern. And anyone can say, and anyone living in the East can call themselves Eastern. You know, if you want to be all right, if you want to get all true about it. Um, but I wouldn't see anyone making a big deal out of it. I don't see why you're making a big deal out of it. I mean, it's not like I just said a word that is shameful to everyone, that folks say, oh, you shouldn't say that. Because last time I looked, that wasn't on the list of shameful words. And if I don't feel ashamed by calling myself Eastern or Far Eastern, because that's what I am and that's where my forekin came from, then I don't see why anyone else would be making a big thing out of it. Oh, yeah, but then you don't know. You see, there are folks out there that make a big deal out of everything, even when there's things that should not make a big deal out of it. They called him awake. Oh, so we're talking about folks that there are things that, yeah, you should make a big deal about, and then there's things you should not make a big deal about, but they get angry and irked over everything. And why are they calling it awake? Like they were asleep or something, and now they're awake now, and now they're they things that they weren't angry and irked about, but oh, now we got to be angry and irked about it now, right? I don't know. Well, I call myself Far Eastern, and until someone tells me that that's something I should not say, but then again, it is what it is. So I wouldn't see you making a big deal out of it. I'm not making a big deal out of it. I'm saying other folks would. Well, who are these other folks? I don't know. Well, if you don't know, then I don't care about them then. So, yeah, I'm Far Eastern because that's what I am. My forekin came from the Far East, and being called Far Eastern or Eastern is not a bad thing. You know, a lot of folks come from the East. Some from the middle, some from the north, some from the south, some from the east, some from the west. So, yeah, I don't really think there's a big deal with being called that. So, anyway, if you like this film, then follow me over here at the Jordan Long Fairway. What's the other film I made yesterday over here? I, Jordan Long, and I'll see you later. Bye.